A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Hi all, this is Blaezer RTW, joining me for a 2v2 battle. You can see it's on the Sierra Nevada. You can see straight away that the Julii, who is Emperor Z, and the Scipii, who is Cheyenne, is that how you say that? They've deployed sort of on a hill thing, so I think they're going to quite happily sit on top of the hill in this game. It's me and Flaccus, I believe, and what will probably surprise you first is that I'm not Rome, I'm actually Macedon. So this is my first dibs into the realm of pikes. I'm obviously feeling fairly confident with Rome now. I think I've won a few FFAs, won a few 1v1s, and a few other games. So I'm feeling pretty confident in myself now. So I've decided I'm going to go for Macedon, and I've played against Flaccus and with Flaccus a few times, so you know, I thought I may as well try it with him. I'm pretty impatient, so if it was up to me, I would have probably just charged straight up the hill and lost this battle. What actually happens is, I don't want to go through all of it. You can see it's quite a long battle. But we sort of sit here and Flaccus starts talking to him, saying come down. They're like, no, you come to us, sort of thing. So we're like, alright, yeah, fair enough, I can see how this is going to go. So instead of coming up this way, I sort of wanted to go up via these woods and come round the back, but Flaccus was adamant that we sort of come right the way around the outside, all the way around the back of it until we get like to up here somewhere where it is virtually flat, and that's where all the time in this battle goes. We'll have a quick look at the armies. Actually, we'll have a look at the armies when we set up, because there's no action until then. In fact, what I'll do is, just to sort of show you it going, is I'll put it on triple time now. So yeah, as I'm saying, you can see we're sat down there. We're sort of thinking that they're going to come down, because even if they come down, they're going to have a pretty good hill advantage anyway. We're setting up to face them. I've got 2 units that I'm hiding in the woods. You can see my flags that are just sticking there, and I'm just taking 2 cav with me. As you can see, these guys are pretty happy just to sit there. He looks like he's got 4 urbans, gold, silver, gold shield, silver attack, a few archers. He's bringing some archers around this side. He's going to obviously try and stay on top of the hill and keep some cav as cover up here in the corner that looks like it's gold. Julii, gold infantry, few triarii, a couple of, are they Praetorians? They're all Praetorians, and an early legionary cohort, and some velites, and some archer auxiliary. So we can see that we've started our epic journey. We're not actually going to cut up the woods either. We're going to go around the back of the woods. Yeah, so my cav's going to stay in there, those 2, just for a minute. And then from this side of the battle, so he's going to bring his archers back round to this side now. Just wherever we're going to go, his archers are going to be. He's got his 3 lots of cav there. He probably knows my cav's in there, that's why he's leaving them there. Otherwise I would have thought he would have pulled them across. Or he might not know they're in there. But like I said on a previous battle, if I was these guys now, I would come across here, get everything else out of sight, and then press the middle mouse button or the roller on the mouse, and that will, if they're in there, which they are, it will zoom in. It won't show them, but it will zoom into that area. If they're not in there, it will suddenly cut across to my nearest unit, which is going to be one of these. So that's how you know if things are hiding. So I guess he knows something's hiding. That's why he's keeping these lot here. He's actually going to send something in to have a look, is he? Oh, Flaccus has got some stuff in there, so I probably What I probably should have done is not actually shown my cav then, is just let them see Flaccus's cav and kept mine there, got them in and then burst in on them. We might have had a really good opportunity then. Now these are the ones that have just routed from over there. I thought he caught some of his archers have got caught, but no, you can see they're all waiting for us, and you see we're going right way around the back of these woods. So we're going for a merry little Sunday stroll, had our roast dinners, going for a nice walk in the hills, why not? But you can sort of see the gist of what's going on. As far as I'm aware, this lot doesn't really move now, the reds. The blue comes across and sets his stall up. And then I think we sort of come up this bit and then we bunny hop and one of us comes right the way around the back. So these lot have to retreat up to here. And that's effectively where I'm going to cut it to. So I'm going to stop it recording now. And then I will re-record it when we're up here somewhere. Okay, so you can see what these guys have done is they were on this brow here, the blue's archers were right across here, and then the red was across here and the blue infantry was back up here somewhere. What they've actually done is they've actually conceded the ground and come back right up to the top of the hill. I don't think that was a good idea, because if they would have stayed on this brow, we would have had to come uphill at some point. If they would have started here and basically hug this, you can just see this brow here, they would have just basically hugged on that. We wouldn't have been able to flank them, and even if we did, we would have been coming uphill to them. What they've done in conceding that territory is they've given us an opportunity to get up onto the same level as them, and alright, there's a little bit of a dip here, but it's pretty flat. You know what I mean? It's going to be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other when it comes to the fight. You can see he knows there's still something left over here. He's gone a bit OTT on his defence. Once he's got Roman archers, urban cohorts, and legionary cavalry. So yeah, he's gone a bit OTT. I don't know. He might be thinking I've still got more other than the companion cavalry in there, because if you can see, Flaccus has been moving his cavalry up and around slowly. He might still be in there, Flaccus is. We will find out, I'm sure. But yeah, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the battle now. So you can see Blue has brought his archers forward. He's going to try and have an archer war with Flaccus. He's slowly bringing his infantry and his cav across. So Blue looks like he's going to try and fend off Flaccus, but obviously he split his army. And really now, if this, I was playing this now, you would be pushing on, because with his army over there, we can push right on. But we've set our stall out to be methodical in this game. There was an FFA quite a few games ago where I was facing the choice of facing a player either up a steep bank or sort of taking my time going round and coming up a slightly shallower bank, and in the end I won that battle. So I'm not averse to taking my time in a battle, especially if it's a Sunday afternoon or morning and no one's on there. that's when you tend to get like big LMS battles on, like 30k LMS battles on between 3 players and things like that. It's different folks, different strokes and different times and all that. He's still not moving his other army back. It's a split army, if you like. There's the Triarion and a legionary cohort. So I'm just going to double speed this for a bit, just because I don't like hanging around. And so you can see we've now set up on this brow of the hill. I probably should be a bit more forward, actually, looking at that now. I should probably be more where my archers are. You can sort of tell where the shadows are, where the hills are. He's firing flaming arrows, as we said before. They're decent. Really, you would use flaming arrows, obviously on the elephants and the chariots. But really you would use them a bit later on in the battle against the back of engaged troops. At the moment, if he's going to be firing for casualties, he doesn't want them. Like I said, if you do the battles at dusk and dawn, sometimes they automatically on fire arrows and you have to turn them off. I got caught out with that for quite a few games before I sort of, had that thing to check every time that they were turned off before I started. Looks like Flaccus is going to win the skirmish war here. He's still got quite a few archers left. This guy hasn't. He's got some velites. They're going to get taken out by my cretins quite easily. What's we got here? Yeah, he's going for my pikes. They're all pretty full. Oh no, there's a couple of... I've lost one unit's lost about 10, which is okay, but it's not really going to affect too much at the moment. So we're still double speeding. Meaty boy's still a bit paranoid about my cav, and whatever else I've got in there, which is only cav, but he doesn't know that. So he's doing that. Flaccus is going to bring his archers across now. We're just going to finish off these archers, I expect. They're not going down. So I'm probably targeting this lot. I like to get them down. You can get away with getting them down to the teens, you know, like sort of 15, 16, something like that, and then you can afford to move on to the next one. But sometimes, you know, I like to get them right down to like 4 or 5, just to make sure that they're not going to cause any major casualties. Matey boy's bringing his blues back now. Let's just triple this a minute, just because I'm not sure how long it goes on for. So that's pretty good. We can see everything that's going on. You can see my cav in the distance is moving now. Now he's moved his army. I'm going to start just going up through those woods and every now and again letting them stop and rest, and then moving them every now and again, just in case Matey boy lose track of where they are. He's looking to surround. I'm guessing he's got orders to wait for the infantry to turn up. So he had a unit hidden in there. It looks like they're going to do something now, because they're bringing them forward and they've lost the skirmish war, which means that we're going to start targeting them. So you can see the cavs moving up there. We'll keep an eye on that as that goes. Flaccus has gone and sent his general off to ward off that cav. He did rout it in the end. It might come back. Yeah, it has come back almost straight away. I'm going to bring my cav across just to help him and make sure they don't take out the archers. Flaccus is bringing his cav back towards his infantry to get away, obviously, from the Triarii. Matey boy's not going to take the bait. He's going to sit there. That's probably an archer distance though, so it wouldn't surprise me if his numbers start going in a minute. He's going to regroup his cav on this side. My cav has now stopped. I've stopped it halfway up. Hopefully they're going to take their eye off it, and then I'm going to leave it there for a minute and then move it up to the next point and just keep doing that rather than just move it straight to the right up behind. You can see these are all facing this way, so they know it's coming. But what's this is doing is it's effectively allowing us to pick off units at a time, or will do. So we had that first little skirmish, which didn't really amount to much. Routed one of their cav, but it came back. They took out a bit of our cav, but not too much. You see Flaccus has got a cav there as well. He's moving one up. He's also moved his line of infantry up. They're going to be obviously peeling, I would guess. Yeah, that one's already down to 34, 38, 38. So taking 5 or 6 out. My guys are slowly moving up. It's obviously the first time I've used pikes, so I'm not sort of lifting the pikes up. Oh yeah, there you go. No. Yeah, you would like to think that now what would be happening is any archers we have got, I see mine are all tied up, but I should have peeled off a couple of archers and started targeting this cav, or even just aiming from there. I might be able to hit them. So it looks like the enemy assault is starting to come onto our right flank. I've got some cav that are in loose formation for some strange reason. I can only think that they were getting archered by some, getting taken out by some auxiliary archers. So I've opened them up. So I need to take them into tight formation. Flaccus has overtaken my cav now. Mine are still there. His guys are still facing as the red start bringing some up. Yeah, so he's bought. I think that was probably that unit that routed. They've brought all their routing units back, which is just basically some archers. They've not really got any archers left. Infantry battles kicked off here. So it's Urbans versus Praetorians. Flaccus has sent his cav in, not on a hammer and anvil. He's coming from the side, which hasn't done a lot. It has actually routed that unit though, which is good enough. Now one of ours is routed. I'm chucking my cav in there. They're not actually in tight formation though, which is a bit of a stupid thing. Same as this guy. He wants to be coming into tight formation, coming across here and just smashing straight into the back of there. They have actually done the hammer anvil, but I haven't taken them out. Flaccus is 2 that were there. He's decided he's going to come just straight around the outside and just hit them, which he's doing. If that route's one, that could be nice for us. I've sent in mine from the other side, which I think got held up a little bit. Flaccus, I would have thought was going to send his. Am I going to see this cav charge coming? I am. So I'm going to pull away, which is just about sort of help me out there a little bit. Now we should double back and take that cav out. Obviously now what I would have done a long time ago is these spears would have been up and they would have been charged in there, at least a couple of the units, and then the spears dropped. Looks like Flaccus's infantry is routing, which is not good for us because that was our best infantry. I can't actually see where my cav is that was in the back. Flaccus has done alright there, he's gone into the back. What are these guys? Urbans. So he's got 2 pretty good units of Urbans there. I'm going to run in my Royal Pikes. Well, not run in. I'm going to bring in my Royal Pikes. I need to drop them now. That's it. So that should insta-route that Roman cavalry. He's pulling everything out. I'm just looking at like actually what's going on overall a second, just trying to pick out what's happening. Looks like Flaccus has forgotten about his cavalry. He's forgotten about the trial. He would be digging him in there. He's still got some cavalry there, and he's got two full units coming across, plus more gold infantry. They're actually Urbans as well, are they? Yeah. So it's not looking great. Flaccus has got 1 unit of Praetorians left. Did he bring his cav back then? Yeah, he brought them back, but let's have a look what Matey Boy does. He's going into the back of my Royal Pikes, which have actually got quite a lot in there and are close to the general, so they just held up there. Flaccus, if he can take that general out, that's going to be good news, which he has done. I've gone in there just to sweeten the deal a little bit, and I've dropped the pikes and his general is gone. I need to turn my pikes now and face these Urbans that are coming in, which it looks like I have, so I can hold them up. We've got some Urbans coming in from the other side. Flaccus has got 20 there, which is going to hold for a bit, but really I need to do something about that. These guys are coming in to flank Triarii. Flaccus has got a bit of cav there, and right on time, right at the death of the battle, my Macedonian cavalry, nice and fresh, tight formation, facing downhill against the Urbans. He's spotted them coming now, so he's going to send them into that. I would have thought I'm going to pull them away and try and get them engaged into my pikes to obviously hammer and anvil them. That's totally freed up this side a little bit now, because the threat coming from around this side is gone, so I can now concentrate on just keeping these guys out, along with Flaccus, who has now opened up around the side. They've actually flanked me with some Triarii, but it's kind of trying to see. I'm just trying to see. Did you see that at the top there? I did actually do the hammer and anvil. Yeah, really, I think these guys are okay. Got the archers going in behind. One more hammer and anvil should do them. Obviously what I should do is raise my pikes to stop me dying on my own pikes, but that doesn't matter. Now this guy is pretty much gone. He's got 30 left, but the amount of troops that are around him and no general, that's not going to help. Hammer and anvil this guy. That's going to take him down, if not rout him. It's not routed him. They are gold down. It's only taken about 3 or 4. Really, I need to be obviously pulling this out, hammering anvil the Julii General while I bring the pikes back. He has gone now though, so it did look pretty ominous for us at one point. But keeping that cavalry back and right away back until that time actually worked out pretty well for us, because that pretty much won us the battle, I would say anyway. Obviously Flaccus played well and you know, took the big hit of his infantry so that there wasn't too much left. But yeah, it was a good game. I quite enjoyed it. They're quite long sometimes, you know, you get impatient, you don't want to do that when you're there for 25 minutes, you're not even engaged. But it just goes to show it can be worth it, and it was a good little tussle on top of the hill when we got there in the end. So good game to everyone. I got the most kills, then Cheyenne got the most kills. That doesn't surprise me. He looked like a pretty good player. We all look pretty good, pretty much there or thereabouts with each other. Sometimes the teamwork is what counts though. So yeah, there we go. Right, good game. Later.